We were living in California. We would rent a car for the drive to Las Vegas because our family had an old car and we didn't feel comfortable driving it for 4 hours from Cypress, California, all the way to Las Vegas. And so this week that we were in Las Vegas to teach the Bible study, we would always go right after church on Sunday in Carson. We would pack up our bag and we would drive the 4 hours to Vegas when we were just planting the location there. And it was the week of Thanksgiving. After teaching the Bible study that night, we were on our way to the hotel that we were staying because my kids didn't have a home there as of yet. And we get a call from our son Moses, and he said, "Mom, the car got stolen from right in front of our home." I said, "What?" And then, I told the 8:30 service, to this day, we haven't gotten the real truth from our kids. And I think they know because I would probably kill them. But the car wasn't hot wired. It was actually driven away by our key. So we don't know if the kids left the key in the car overnight or the key was left in our door, the front door, and whoever, and so, but the car was driven away. And so, and when I heard that, I was honestly devastated because it was the only family car that we had. We did everything for ministry with that car. We hauled the church equipment with that car. We picked up friends for church. We hauled our 6 kids and our then just 2 grandkids, thank God, because now we're a family, we're a whole nation, so we wouldn't have fit in that car. But that's what that car was used for. So I didn't just feel the loss of our car, but the violation side of it. If you've ever been violated physically or in any other way, it's kind of a scary feeling. And when we got home to California, I couldn't sleep for a couple of nights because the keychain of our car had keys to our home. So I was very scared, thinking, oh my gosh, are they going to come back in the middle of the night and just try all the keys and get into our... So I couldn't sleep. I stayed up, just praying. And so when we filed the police report, the police weren't very helpful. They were like, Mr. Katina, if we don't find it within 24 to 48 hours, it's very crucial because if we don't find your car within those hours, you should just consider your car will not be recovered. And then they went on to say, and it's a great possibility that it's already been stripped. It's like, gee, thank you for nothing, And I'm sitting there listening, and then they said, or by this time, it's probably already over the Tijuana border. But then I remembered one of my pastor friends when I was young in ministry, just 24 years old. I thank God for mature mentors that came into David in my life at 24 when we first started pastoring. And this friend told me, Pastor Wendy Treat, she said to me, she said, Debbie, in any situation you may face in life, you need the Word of God to be your shield. Apostle Paul in Ephesians 6:16 said that the shield of faith is the Word of God. And so my pastor friend taught me, every time you face a situation in your life, Debbie, you got to get a verse. You got to get a promise of God for it. And so I remembered her words when I was listening to the police conversation with Pastor Dave. So Brother John, I went to the Word and I found over 100 promises in the Word of God. And I said, Lord, here are the promises you gave me in your Word. And I now want to quote them back to you. And one of the verses I found was Isaiah 42:13. The Lord shall go forth like a mighty man. He shall stir up his zeal like a man of war. He shall cry out, yes, shout aloud. He shall prevail against his enemies. Psalm 34:17 was another promise. The righteous cry out and the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. Well, let me tell you, I got those promises from the Word. I reminded God about, the story of King David where he was able to rescue and recover all that the Amalekites stole from his camp. And I specifically said to the Lord, based on these promises, God, whoever stole our car, I declare they will not take it across the border. They will not strip it in any way. And I'm like, God, it's already 48 hours, but I am standing on these words. They will not strip our car in any way. Lord, in fact, I said, Lord, wherever they may be right now, with our car, I don't know if they know you, but if they don't, wherever they are, let them hear your voice telling them to stop the days, I knew it didn't take a week. It was maybe 3 to 4 days. We get a call from Long Beach Police Department that they found our car. Listen to this. Parked under the freeway overpass in Long Beach. We lived in Cyprus, 2 cities over. Even the police was shocked when they called. They said, it's quite rare that any car would be recovered all in one piece. And then the police word says, and Mr. Katina, you must have some kind of favor with some higher. Because he said, whoever stole it, it's like they pulled over to the side, parked it, left the key in the ignition, and just walked off. We didn't find the car, the guy who stole it, but we found our car. And the police said the only way this could happen is if the car died out and didn't work or ran out of gas. But you know, when we went to get it, it had gas. It was in perfect working condition. But guess what happened to me? The confidence in faith. That situation came for me. A young mama who just remembered what her pastor friend told her about having the Word of God be a shield. So you know what? Now when I read the Word of God every day, it's no longer my own little kumbaya time of the day. But it's something that stirs my faith. You know why? Because I got to apply the Word in a challenge that I faced in my life. What am I saying, Great Life? The Word works. It works, everybody. The Word works. And now I do it for my kids. I do it for every situation that we face. Our leaders will tell you that every time we are on a prayer assault, there is scriptures that go on. I make the whole movement pray the Word of God out. We do it for every situation we face in personal families. When our families at Great Life in any campus go through stuff, they contact me. I bring the Word to them and say, just pray the Word. Pray the Word. Pray the Word. Why do I do that? Because as your pastors, Pastor Dave and I want the Word to come alive for you. We want you to grow spiritually, because if you grow spiritually, you will live a great life. We want to give you something that will anchor you in times of storms. Jesus says, maybe some of you will face challenges. He didn't say that. He didn't say maybe some of you will face challenges in this life. No, he said, in this life, you will. You will face challenges. But what is it that will pull us through? The Word. We want the Word to get into you. Why? Because we want God to get into you. Why? Because God says, I am the Word.